AI is here, and it's here to stay. So as therapists, it's time to adapt and get used to it rather than hiding our heads in the sand. However, all of our typical safeguards and regulations are really still in process. Things are changing constantly, and it requires us to be diligent. Hi, I'm Dr. Maelisa McCaffrey, founder of the free private practice paperwork crash course. And today I'm going to share with you some of the ethical considerations if you're thinking about using AI for your mental health documentation. Essentially, this is an ethical concern right now. And our first guiding principle is always do no harm and do whatever's best to protect our clients. And that doesn't always mean what's most convenient for you. So let's dig into some of the specific ethical considerations with AI, and then we'll talk about how you can discuss it with your clients. So the first thing to consider is that computer programmers aren't thinking about confidentiality in the same way that we are as mental health professionals. And that means a lot of these systems are not taking privacy as seriously as we are legally required to do. So just because a system looks pretty secure and is available to use, that doesn't actually mean that it is HIPAA secure or HIPAA compliant. And that's something that here in the US, we always have to consider. Now, related to that, a lot of these AI systems that are meant for professional or even medical use actually tell you that you need to de-identify any patient information when you're inputting data into the AI system. Now, while that makes using that AI system ethical, to me, it doesn't make it as useful. Because if I already have to enter a bunch of data into the AI system, and then I have to make sure it's de-identified, and then I have to copy paste it into my electronic record and potentially personalize it even more, I've probably done more work than if I had just written the note or treatment plan on its own. So a huge consideration here is which AI system are you using? Is it HIPAA compliant? And if it's not, how are you using it? What type of information are you inputting? If you're entering anything that could be considered PHI or personal health information, then you want to stop doing that ASAP. Side note, I would also recommend if you're using it in a really secure and confidential way, look at if it's actually saving you time. So we're going to talk about this more in another video coming up, but it is something that you could track on your own to see how you're using AI and whether or not it is easier than simply going into your other electronic record system and typing a note. So the other big ethical consideration with AI is that it can actually create fake or inaccurate information. So AI is really, really great at gathering data and at even analyzing data. It's not always great at knowing whether or not that data is accurate. And if it can't find the data that you want it to gather, it will actually make it up. So anytime you use AI for any purpose, you need to review it instead of simply relying on copying and pasting it. You have to read through it and make sure that whatever information it provides is accurate and useful. All right, so let's say that you are using AI, you feel really good about it, you're using a system that's HIPAA secure, so you still need to talk to your clients about using AI and make sure that they're okay with it. So I have some tips on how to do that. So number one is simply making sure your clients are prepared and actually telling them how you plan to use AI, if you're using it, in what system, and if it requires their involvement at all. You want to make sure you're actually able to explain how you're using it and where their data is going, and that you can answer any questions they have. You also want to make sure that you have some kind of support in place so that if your client doesn't want you to use whatever AI system you're using, you can agree to that and use something different. So make sure that you're informing your clients and that they feel comfortable with the decision and with being able to say yes or no. One way you can do this is you can provide that information ahead of time. So maybe you do that in your first email to them with other information. Maybe you have some tutorials that you've created or things that you can put on your website or resources you can link to. But definitely take the time to set that up ahead of time so that you can answer any questions and be prepared to help people learn about AI and how it might be helpful for you and for them in your practice. And then as always, you're going to document having that specific conversation. So aside from all the other things that you want to document getting consent about or talking to your client about, specifically mention AI and that you obtained their consent and gave them information about it. The last big ethical consideration with AI is to remember to use your colleagues as a resource. Talk with them about how you're using AI, answer questions, ask questions, but talk to them. Talk to people who love it and are excited about it. Talk to people who think it's a horrible idea, and gather all that information. Because ultimately, that's how our ethics committees and our professional associations make decisions, is by getting experts together in the room and discussing all of the pros and cons and making recommendations based on that. So the more you talk with your colleagues, the more helpful it will be. You keep your pulse on how you might need to use AI and other things you might need to consider, as well as updates that are happening. But you also just might get some really cool tips and be able to have people that you get ideas from, because AI uses are seemingly endless, and I do think it's here to stay. So you might as well get used to talking with other people about it and get as much information as you can. And if you want a little more help on figuring out whether or not using AI is a good or a bad idea for your practice, I have a rubric that you can download. So check out the description below, click the link there, and you can download that for free. And it's just a few quick questions to ask yourself when you are using a system. So what system to use, how you're using it, and whether or not it's benefiting your clients. So go ahead and download that rubric, choose whatever AI system you want to play around with, and test it out and see if you like it. Let us know in the comments what you think about it, and happy writing.